Hello and welcome back to another round of Grand Arena Championships. I am Heathen13 and this is Season 9, Week 2, Round 3. So far this week I've been able to go 2-0, which puts me in the quote-unquote finals of the week against an opponent named Svetli. So let's take a look at the matchup. Alright, you can see there's a fairly decent distribution of red and green here. Fairly decent matchup. Looking at the stats in more detail, you can see that while I have some of the lifetime stats in my favor, he is definitely a good player. 293,000 lifetime banners. He's got more offensive wins than I do. He has nearly as many clears as I do. Just based on those stats, looking at his 822 offensive wins versus 201 defends, it looks to me like he goes heavy offense. When we take a look at our rosters more closely, you can see he has about a 200,000 GP advantage over me, as well as his top 80 and top 65. I do have the Zeta advantage by about 14. And a small speed advantage. You can see my mods are a little bit better than his, but not by much. On relics though, he has 10 relic levels more than I do. And like me, he doesn't have any characters that have a relic level more than 5. Let's take a look at his roster a little bit, because when I did my scouting on him, I saw a couple things that I was really concerned with and a couple things that I thought I could exploit. So first of all, he does run a Padme team in Arena, but when I looked at his all of his characters here, I noticed that he has a lot of teams that have at least one relic character in order to help that team be really good. You can see here he did get General Skywalker, but it's still 6-star gear 11, but his 5s is relic. His bounty hunters are just normal, meh, but he has used them in the past. Even his Ewoks are all gear 12. His Empire, you can see, are fine. First Order, he's got relics on crew and on Hux. He's got that good Padme squad. His Geos are all gear 12 and his Brood is relicked. His Jawas are actually all gear 11, or a few of them are gear 11, which makes me worry about my Grievous a little. He's got Jedi Knight Revan and Grandmaster Yoda relic, so that makes that team pretty good. He's got Asajj Ventress relic, so that makes that team pretty good. His Rebels are all serviceable. He's got a relic on Jedi Training Rey. And then his Separatists, he's got relics on Grievous, Androidica, and B1 and B2. So when I first scouted his... Sith. He's got Malak and Darth Revan at Relic 4 as well. So when I scouted his roster at first, before looking at his GAC history, I was really worried. I was really worried that he was going to put a really hard defense, and I was just not going to be able to get through him. And my plan from the get-go was to try to exploit his ships. You can see here he runs a Thrawn with Houndstooth, 5s, and Millennium Falcon. He does not have... either the Malevolence or the Negotiator. So my plan the whole time was to keep enough for offense so that I could try and clear whatever he puts, even if that's a super duper weak defense, and then set my Negotiator on defense and hope he didn't clear, because I noticed that when he loses, it's generally because he can't clear the ships. Now, when I looked at his Grand Arena Championship history though, I noticed something that shocked me, and that was that he keeps most of his top teams on offense, which is not a super shock in most cases. Most people do keep a lot of their best teams on offense because it's more fun to fight battles and win than to just set a really tough defense and just hope your opponent loses. But in Svelte's case, he has so many good teams. I counted like 16 really viable, good teams, that if it were me, I would place a defense that's, I believe that the opponent wouldn't be able to get through, because I would always be worried that I wouldn't be able to clear ships. So let's go to the board. Let's see what he ended up setting for me and what he could do with mine. We got about 2 hours left in the attack phase. And here's what we have. He has cleared me, but hasn't cleared ships. Let's see if he's even attacked ships. Going on the top here, he did one-shot my Night Sisters. He one-shot my Bosk with Wampa and my Jedi Knight Revan team. And here it is. Just like my plan, he did not clear my ships. Took 3 battles and he is done. So let's see what else he did. On the top, so I put my new team with Droidica and Mission Zalbar and got a hold there. I set my gas and got a hold there. I'm a little surprised, honestly, based on what he usually keeps for offense. I'm surprised he struggled on any of my teams, a little bit at least. In the back, he did one-shot my Grievous. I didn't put BB-8 with them, and this card leftover team I put in there, my junk team, he one-shot that as well. So my defense did exactly what I was hoping it would do. And now that the ship's held, I'm even a little more sad that I didn't go lighter on defense. But I did want to set at least something, because there's no guarantee that I'll get through everything either. Let's see what he set for me on defense. He did set a Kira Scoundrel team, and he set his crew team, and to my surprise, I was worried about that crew team, but Hux actually, at the time of lock, wasn't relicked. So get a little lucky on that, but it's still going to be tough because I can't use my JTR on that with Hux. He did set his Bosk team. So again, out of all the teams that I went over, the only one that's quote-unquote tough so far that he put was the crew team. And then down here, he put a Newt team and his Ewoks. So out of all his relics, and he has 17 relic characters, he put 1 on defense. Now I am expecting him to put his Geos in back with his relic brood, and I am expecting him to put either Gas with the clones or Shakti with the clones in the back with his relic 5. So, but out of 17 relic characters, to only put 3 of them on defense, when you already know you have this deficiency in ships, is, to me, it's not the strategy I would use. Okay, let's go ahead and get to our attacks. I'm going to go ahead and solo the Ewoks with my Nest. Done this a million times. The things I look out for to see if I can do this or not are really, it's just Logray. I look at Logray's potency to see if his potency is more than my tenacity. My Nest tenacity is currently 149, and his Logray's I think is 53%. So there is a slight chance that Logray can get some stuns off on me, but beyond that, I'm not worried about anything here with this. There's occasionally that I get hit by a really hard attack and go down. It's not that I've never lost with this Nest, but it's rare. All right, I'll be quiet. Fast forward. Hope the auto attack all works. Here we go. Oh, the other thing I noticed about this particular squad is he has Scout instead of Papalu. So there are no taunts involved, which means it's a lot easier for me to just target the one I want each time, which is Elder first and then Logray second. Alright, 63 banners is great. There was one little sketchy point there around 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go where I did get dropped into the yellow on a big hit, but was able to survive and pick up my solo victory. So that's fantastic. That might be the only team that I can undersize, actually. All right. Next is this Newt Dooku team. I'm going to go ahead and try my bugs on them. I anticipate this working fine because his nest is only gear 11. I'm a little worried Visas Mars can revive, but I'm not too worried about it. We shall see how it goes, though. In fact, while Magna is not... while Magna Guard's not taunting, we'll go ahead and just go after Visas right from the get-go. So no more revives. And let's go ahead and go after Dooku, deal with all the counterattacks. And we'll hold the big hit till I get under stealth. And let's switch back to nest. Big hit. Very nice. Can I get a heal real quick? That would be really nice. Nope. Too late. Well, only 55 banners, but it is a one-shot, so I will take it. Let's see what we have in the back, and it is his bugs, and he did choose to go with Shock T instead of Gas as the lead on that. So give me a moment to get my plan together, and I think I know what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. Okay, I am back, and I have a plan, and leaves me a little wiggle room. I think that he put Shock instead of Gas. So I've been struggling with Geos lately. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit different tack this time. I'm not going to go Traya lead. I'm going to go Palpatine lead. I'm not going to use Basilisk on Fallen. I'm going to use Vader instead as my engine for debuffs. I'm still going to bring in Traya and Scion and Thrawn, though. I'll leave Nihilus for... I can use him somewhere else. Hopefully this will work. If it won't, I'll come back in with my Darth Revan, and I'll just ship my CLS over to Shock T. But I think this should work. I know lots of people use Palpatine as their Geo counter anyway, and this still allows me to go ahead and get the Isolate off on the Brood. I still do expect to lose some of my characters. Oh, that sucks. So now we're in a fair bit of trouble, I think. Although the lead is still there. It's just I'm not going to get all of the stuns like I would normally. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep building up as many debuffs here as we can, and then we'll look for victims. I'm going to go after the Brood. He has the least amount of debuffs. So maybe we'll go Poggle or Spy. Let's try for Spy. Not quite. Okay, well. This might have been a really big mistake. I probably should have put in Sith Empire Trooper instead of Scion to get the auto taunt. Because now I'm not getting, the normal health reduction from the trail lead. Ooh, wow, that was really, really close. Without having Palpatine in there to actually do all of the stunning, this counter doesn't work nearly as well. But we do get Vader's big ability back. Let's see if we can get some ability blocks. No. Let's spread a bunch more debuffs. My headphones are doing the auto thing again, which is very frustrating. Let's go ahead and see if I can't get Spy out. Yes. So I do think this is going to work, but worrisome. And as soon as this battle's over, I will fix that microphone issue I'm having. That was dumb. I shouldn't have fractured the brute because I already have isolate on him. Move myself around, try to get as many of these ability blocks on these guys as possible. And let's go for the alpha. No. I have since this lock gotten my Vader up to Relic 3. And he was only one piece away from Gear 13. So not a huge deal here. Try and keep all these guys alive. We only have a minute left. This is taking way too long. Part of that is me talking. Part of that is all of the attacks from Vader. And at Gear 12, he's just not that strong, I don't think. What I really don't need is for the Alpha to get another brute in the way. Oh, Sun Fact is now taunting. And by golly gosh, that sound thing is really annoying. So, there we go, got through it. 53 banners is not great at all, but could have been worse. Gonna go ahead and stop for a second, fix my technical difficulties here. I'll be right back. Alright, hopefully that fixed the problem. Now my problem is this Shaak Ti Clones team. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Darth Revan squad against it. Didn't fix the problem. So now the question for me is, do I take my whole squad or do I leave anybody out? I don't feel like I need to leave anybody out. Let's just go ahead and do this. I'm already on the third set of undersized feats, so I have plenty of time to get that done. Just gonna get fear on everybody, and we're gonna try and take Shaak Ti out first. And this guy actually doesn't have the correct Zeta on 5s, so it doesn't actually matter if I kill anybody else. I'm still probably gonna take out 5s first, but if I don't, I'm not actually gonna make super clones. So here we go. Let's just do that and pick up my 60. So that was nice and quick and easy. It was a bit of an overkill. All right, moving up to the top. So the Kira Scoundrel team, and then we got our crew and our boss. I'm gonna go after the crew team first because he has Hux with the Zeta. I'm not gonna use JTR. I'm gonna go ahead and use Padme. The only question is, how much of my Padme squad do I need to bring in? Oh, that is not Padme. Part of me feels like I could leave off a couple tunes here and still get the victory fairly simply. But at this point, I don't want to risk it. I just need to clear these 3 teams without losing, and I get the win. So I'll worry about undersizing later in the season. I'm going to go ahead and keep all 5 of these guys in here. Now, the nice thing about Padme is that because Hux shuts down any turn meter gain, you know, it's really difficult for some teams like Jedi Training Rey. But Padme's team doesn't actually rely on any turn meter gain. So, yeah. So the Hux Zeta doesn't come into play at all. Again, this is probably a bit of an overkill on my part. And looking at it in retrospect, I really could have easily gone probably with 3 or 4 people and not brought everybody. But like I said, I just want to make sure I get the win. And since my opponent has already failed on ships, even if I fail on ships, which does happen from time to time, this will ensure that I get the victory. So 59, somebody didn't have full protection, but I'll still take it. Happy with that. All right, this Kira L3 Vandor Zalbar mission team, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in my crew with Watt team that I would normally use against Night Sisters, but it does the same thing here, and that is by giving the weapons tech over to my executioner. It shuts down the idea of needing to worry about revives. So the big thing that you have to worry about or watch out for here is L3's dispels. So now that I am going to stun L3, I'm just not going to do any AoEs from here on out, because the AoE will make anytime L3 is hit, she cleanses. So I'm just not going to do AoEs at all. And I will just take everybody out one by one. So here with Kylo, OG Kylo, as much as I want that turn meter, I'm not going to do it. And again, I'm going after Zalbar here, just because his taunt's annoying. I just want to get rid of it as soon as possible. Oh, and there is L3 back up again. But I'm not worried about having Vandor be prepared over there, because as long as I get the kills with Executioner, they can't revive. So who cares that you were prepared? Not me. So as long as I had this team on defense anyway, just in case they kept their Night Sisters, even though past history said they didn't. Let's see if I can gain back some health. Even though they tend not to leave their Night Sisters on defense, I did keep this team just in case, knowing that it could flex between either one of these. So yeah, with L3 the key is just leave L3 to the end so that they don't cleanse and get annoying and keep getting their taunt up. But now that she's it, we can do whatever we want. Just looking at my protection and health, looks like I won't be able to get it back for Watt. but I should get a 59. Everybody else looks good. Oh, well, you know, if I extend this, maybe even Watt can get back up. I have 2 minutes. Sorry, this is going to get boring. Nope, Executioner hits too hard. Okay, so a 59, that worked out exactly the way it was supposed to. Happy about that. Alright, so we are left with this Bosk team. I'm going to go ahead and take... I think I can do it with a 3-man. You know what, let's take old Ben, just in case. I had a couple other options. I thought about troopering this, but decided against it. His Bosk is double Zeta. So let's stun him so he can't get up a taunt right away. And then we'll start working on killing these guys who are a little weaker. Both Django, Greedo, and Cad Bane are all only gear 11, so just going to take them out first. And since Boba is already going down once, we'll help him along his way. Let's see if I can stun Django. Nope. It's a bummer. Let's kill Django. And let's go ahead and get Boba out the rest of the way. So now it's just time for us to get smacked down here on Bosk, shoot through him little by little. Hopefully gain some protection along the way. Nope, that is it. So 59, not perfect, but fine. Alright, I'm expecting like Tarkin and Bugs for ships here in the back. To which I'm actually going to try to take my home one in first, and gonna do my best to not screw up and make sure I get Biggs. Yes, because last time I did this I took Wedge and it was a disaster. Sorry about that. No reason to go undersized here. I just, again, want to get the win. If I can't beat it with this, I have my Malevolence squad as well, but he's only 5 stars, so I lose banners that way. So we'll go ahead and see if my normal Millennium Falcon fleet can do this. Oh, Biston. Man, Biston is always a punk. Alright, well, let's see if I can save him to the point of being able to use him. Probably not. He'll probably get hit, killed here. Ugh. Well, this is not going well. Let's get some reinforcements in and see if we can start doing anything. Thankfully, I will get another reinforcement here right off the get-go. No, I won't. So that is always the worry of placing my own negotiator. Thankfully, I do have another squad to use. My big regret here is by switching for negotiator to spend my currency on the Malevolence right from the get-go seemed like a smart move at the time, because I now have both, and a lot of the people in my same GP only have one. The problem is my negotiator's only 5 stars still, and so both my fleets are kind of lacking a little bit, which makes me want to try to use that home one more often, because by using the home one I get more banners. But and I'm gonna made a mistake there. I shouldn't have brought in Biston. I should have brought in the Y-wing, the new Y-wing, and I didn't. So that was just stupid of me. But still, ships are a sore spot for me as well. Alright. Let's go ahead and bring in Spy. And with Spy, I should be able to delete his Spy. And then hopefully be able to get rid of this Sun Fact quickly. Yeah. The biggest problem with my Malevolence fleet is that my Vulture droid is still only 4 stars. So he goes down fast. In fact, several of my tunes are not as well geared as they should be. Just ships in general are a problem for me. I don't invest enough for me to be very competitive, and it shows. But at least this time I will get the victory, it looks like, without any issues. But bad banners. So 36, but it is done. I probably should have taken Malevolence first from the get-go. I got greedy and it cost me. In any event, that's going to do it for this week. I did go 3-0. I'm now 5-1 for the season. I do want to thank Svetli for the game. Good job. I also want to thank everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.